Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sonic Heroes on the Microsoft Xbox. I'm one well sheep yet again.
Oh, I can't believe he did that just so he could get away. Mr. Sonic must be really...
Really? What?
Nothing.
Now I know what to do. Find Eggman and I'll find my Sonic. You all ready? This city reminds me of Casinopolis.
Look at all those neon signs.
The city that never sleeps.
I absolutely love that callback to Casinopolis, but Jesus Christ, Amy. Can't you take a hint? Sonic doesn't want anything to do with you. At least not when you're in your stalker, will you marry me sort of mentality, you know? Why can't you be like a normal woman? If you want to go out to the guy, just ask him normally. Be all like, yo, dude, what's up? Wanna go out sometime? And he'd be all like, nah. And then shit out of luck because he said no. But I digress. Anyway, I'm not entirely sure, but my audio may, oh god. I'm not entirely sure, but my audio may actually sound a little bit different this time around, ladies and gentlemen. And that's by and large because I'm actually using a new workspace. I'm actually changed up my setup a little bit, so let me know if the audio quality is much different. If it is, then I'm gonna need to try and figure out how to solve that, but if it's still high quality, then I'm good. But yeah, because the bloody bingo highway and whatnot as Team Rose, which is exactly 100% the same as Sonic, only shorter, so I really don't have anything to talk about in regards to this zone. It's just a thing that exists. Whoop-de-doop-de-doo, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I don't know. If Sega were to bring back casino levels in a later Sonic game, you know, if they were to bring back this zone type, I would probably be for it, you know, folks, because even though I'm hating on a zone right now, I really despise this zone, for Christ's sake, it's terrible. It has a lot of potential that it misses, you know, folks. This could quite have easily been a really, really fun zone to play through. It could have been a really fun time, but they just sort of missed the mark a little bit, which is, that's depressing, really, because they could have done so much more than they did with this. And, it makes me all sad. It makes me the opposite of being all tingly inside, you know, ladies and gentlemen. One thing that's interesting about Big the Cat as well, though, you know Big the Cat does have his little body slam ability, like I mentioned previously. If you are carrying Amy or Cream on your shoulders by pushing the attack button first before you jump in the air, then you can actually shoot them downwards in a similar way to Knuckles' Fire Dunk ability, which can be quite useful to utilize, you know, folks. So be sure to just be aware that that exists. What can I tell ya? What can I tell ya, indeed? Meanwhile, Big the Cat is super duper happy. I still can't believe that John St. John went from Duke Nukem to Big the Cat. It's such a weird difference, you know. You got one guy on one hand going, "Hail to the king, baby. It's time to rip off your head and shit down your neck." That's the best Duke Nukem impression you're gonna get out of me. I'm not very good at that voice. And then you go from that right down to Froggy. I'm gonna rip off your head and shit down your neck, Froggy. Oh God, now I see. Actually, now I see why. That'd be weird. Seeing Big the Cat just doing all these Duke Nukem quotes and whatnots, just like, "Hail to the king, baby." I don't know. That would be pretty damn cool. just get random lines from Duke Nukem and just give it to Big the Cat's voice. That would be hilarious. Blow it out your ass. Okay, I found a new hobby of mine. Right, anyway. This stage by here is exactly the same again as when we did it with Sonic and when we did with the others. The only difference is you're in less danger of falling into pits. If you recall correctly, the biggest gripe I sort of had with the stage is generally the controls when you're going down these slide things. However, there are less pits to worry about, so you don't have to worry too much about falling into one of them. You know, you're more likely to survive doing this stage as Team Rose as opposed to any other team, which is a good thing. That doesn't mean you can't throw all caution to the wind, however, because there are pits lying around. It's just a matter of deciding on, you know, basically just deciding on, basically you just need to be careful, you know? But it's still easier than Team Sonic, still easier than Team Darks, it's still easier than every other team. What can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? Notice how I left Team Chaotix out of that mix then. There's a reason for that, because Team Chaotix can probably be potentially easier than even Team Rose, depending on how it goes for you. But again, I'll talk about that when I get to it. I gotta leave some commentary behind for Team Chaotix, haven't I? Oh boy. Oh boy. It's bad enough I'm already scratching the bottom of the commentary barrel here. Ay, 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 caramba. Although I will be honest, I do want to see multiple characters return in the Sonic franchise. That's one thing I will talk about, because after Sonic Heroes, after this point, Sonic 06 basically happens and Shadow the Hedgehog basically happens, where when Sonic 06 first came out, a lot, and I mean a lot of people were complaining about not only the bad gameplay aspects, but they were complaining about the fact that multiple characters were to blame. And honestly, multiple characters were to blame for a lot of instances, because they were the worst parts of the game, but I'll talk about that when I get to Sonic 06. Not realizing the game was just flat out unfinished, they just sort of blamed the characters for why the game was bad. And I've seen quite a few people complain about the characters themselves multiple times when online, just saying, I don't want to be playing as Sonic's shitty friends, and I'm just, you're like, you're adults. They're not the reasons the franchise hasn't been of high quality. Honestly, I like the variety. I like having more characters playable, and I don't know. I personally like Sonic's shitty friends, you know? But I digress. I digress indeedy. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Oh well, we just need to continue through the rest of the zone. I believe we're getting closer to the end, if I recall correctly. I could very well be wrong, but I got a feeling we're getting closer to the end of this one, you know. Yeah, Bingo Highway for Team Rose is still one of the more lengthier Team Rose levels, unfortunately. And me bouncing backwards isn't helping the situation. Go forwards, go down, Big. What are you, stupid? What does the B in Big stand for? Stupid? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. But yeah, all the hints and tips I've given up until this point, all the hints and tips I've mentioned previously about this zone, they all apply, you know. Collect all the bingo things that get loads of rings. Getting loads of rings is great, because getting loads of rings will be extra lives, which will be extra chances. Although, having a live system in this game just really confuses me, because this game has save games, it has save files. There is no reason for extra lives. Like, what happens when you run out of lives? Just reload the damn game. You know, it's... I don't know. I'm not fond of live systems in video games, and I honestly think they're an aspect of video games that, they don't need to exist, you know? I understand the reason why they were around way back in the day, because obviously games were shorter, and people need to elongate the game somewhat, and that's one way of doing it. And, of course, in the case of arcade games, they used money, they used pay-to-win sort of things just to get through arcade games, but I don't know. It just sort of irks me seeing live systems in modern games. Well, I say modern, this came out in 2004, Jesus Christ. I feel old. I feel old. At least I think it was 2004. It was 2000 or something anyway, Jesus. I don't like this. Doing these YouTube Let's Plays are making me feel old, god damn it. Ay. Sweet Mother of Mary. But I digress.
You guys again?
Dr. Eggman!
Him again.
Past your bedtime, kiddies. Now to tuck you in. Get them.
Don't get too excited, boys. Those were the easy ones.
Eggman, 2 of them are female.
Don't get too excited, boys. Those were the easy ones.
But 2 of us are female, Eggman. Where's Froggy?
Ah, God, that's quickly becoming one of my favorite voices to do. I think I did a bit of that the cat voice during an Adventure LP as well, but I don't know. Rail canyon time, let's go.
I smell soggy.
She says Chocola is close.
Wait, you can understand that thing?
All right, let's go!
Ah, yes, it looks like we're close to the end of the game, because obviously the characters are saying the other characters we're looking for are close. That is not true. We're nowhere near the end of the game. The storyline for Team Rose is exactly the same length as it is for Team Dark, and exactly the same length as it is for Team Sonic. Not in terms of the actual level length, obviously, because we're doing these 2 zones apart, you know. We're progressing through Team Rose's storyline much quicker. But, you know, in terms of the actual zone numbers, we've still got the same amount of zones to tackle before we're done with this game with Team Rose. What can I tell ya, ladies and gentlemen? What can I tell ya, indeed? But yeah, this is basically, we are getting around the halfway point of the game now. We've still got to deal with Hang Castle, we've got to still deal with Egg Fleet. But, we're getting closer to the end. We are getting closer, which is a good thing. Although one thing I have to talk about in regards to this zone, I really don't like this zone at times. Like, I love Sky-Rail Zone, I love these canyons, I love these rail grinding sequences, but every now and then it does turn out to be a little bit glitchy at points, and it just bugs me, you know? It just bugs me. I can't remember if we've seen an instance of it being glitchy during the course of the playthrough, because I've been doing this LP in a bit of a stilted way in comparison to how I normally do LPs, so I couldn't tell you if we've seen glitches in this zone yet, but, you know, I just generally find that this zone is a really glitchy one. I generally find myself dying for reasons that are pretty much unfair, you know, ladies and gentlemen. So, it's a little annoyance that I have with this one, because it's such a shame too, because I love the level design, I love the aesthetics, I love everything about this zone. It's just the glitchiness just ruins it for me at times, and it's annoying. It's annoying indeed. Like, for example, whenever I'm switching grind rails, for some reason, you actually saw it earlier on as Team Rose, for some reason the switching of the grind rails isn't always accurate. Like, sometimes you'll jump 2 rails instead of just the 1 rail that you actually want to switch from, you know, folks? So, it's a bit of a pain in the ass, you know, folks, but, I digress. Anyway, fighting these egg pawns can be a little bit troublesome when they have shields and stuff, and usually most people I can see people in the comments right now probably foaming at the mouth going, "Why aren't you using a tornado power? Yes, you can get rid of their shields that way." And if I'm gonna give you my actual answer, shut up. No, I just don't know. I just can't be bothered really to use the tornado power. I honestly find it more effective to just wail on the shields until it disappears. It's less fumbling with the controls, you know. But my personal recommendation on your first time playing through the game is to use your tornado power to get rid of the enemy shields. Don't do as you see, do as I say. You know, it's one of those instances because I'm an idiot when I'm playing games like this, and honestly, I know what I should do, I know what I shouldn't do, I just don't listen to my own advice. So, you know. Basically, when you're playing through this game, at least the first time through, I recommend using the tornado power. The second and third time through is when you're more adept with the controls, when you're figuring out the controls properly, then I just advise wailing on the shields as the power character until the shield eventually disappears. Which it will do. It will eventually disappear. It's not a permanent super shield, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But I digress. That is Rail Canyon over and done with. See, look how much more fun and look how much more smooth this playthrough is going now that the stages are shorter. I'm telling you, this game needed shorter levels for every storyline. I'm gonna keep drilling that into your brains, ladies and gentlemen, because that is basically my biggest issue. As I said many times, I just need to keep drilling it in. Like, don't make your game levels too long. again, it's like my biggest issue with Freedom Planet. I adore Freedom Planet, and I don't even know if I actually brought it up during the LP, but my biggest issue with that game is the level length. The levels just go on for way too long a time, and as much as I love Freedom Planet, and as much as it's a game that I'd love to be able to replay over and over and over again, you know, to find new pathways and whatnot, much like in Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, just due to the length of the stages, I just find myself not wanting to bother. I just find myself just sitting down like, I beat the game already, the game's long, I can't be bothered. Well, the game itself isn't long, but you know what I mean, the stages are long, and if you have long stages that are tedious to go through on multiple playthroughs, what's the point? You know, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm probably making Freedom Planet sound like a bad game. It's not. It's one of the greatest games I've ever played. Trust me, play Freedom Planet if you get the chance, but there's still an aspect of that game that irks me, you know? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. What the hell just happened there? See, that's the part of the glitchiness I was talking about. I just saw Amy just all stopped in midair going, nope, I don't want to continue. Fuck you. You're making a YouTube Let's Play? I'm gonna make sure it doesn't get completed. Ugh. Annoying. Annoying. Absolutely annoying. I don't know if it's just me that comes across these glitchiness though, because I know I'm very glitch prone when I'm playing games. Like, when I was playing Rainbow Six Siege the other night with my friends, somehow I managed to simultaneously make my gun invisible, cause my one of my charged things I meant to place on walls floating mid-air, along other things. So, oh, and I imploded while playing Uncharted 4 the other day, where I don't know how, I just imploded and died, and nothing shot me. There's no, I don't know. It's. I have a tendency to glitch up my games. It's a gift and a curse. Fortunately, not much of that sort of cropped up when I've been recording videos, so I'm happy enough of that. But I know one day I'm gonna probably do an LP or something, and it's gonna be really, really glitchy because I'm cursed. I tells ya, I am cursed. Ay, mamma mia. But anyway, this stage is much, much, much shorter. We don't even get to do half of it when we're playing as Team Rose, so, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing, so I don't mind that too much, and, I think it's time to take on the boss. What can I tells ya? What can I tells ya, indeed? Yes, rather.
Something weird in there.
Geez, you'll be reunited with Chocola very soon.
Froggy too?
Let's get him before Sonic does. Then he'll be head over heels for me.
That's not how it works, Amy. Anyway, that is basically it for this boss, and it's it for this part, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people. And I'll catch you all next time as we continue onwards with the rest of Team Rose's playthrough. So yeah, thanks for watching, people. See you after. I'll catch you all again. Bye!
Let's go look for Froggy and Chocola now. Hey, it's just a stupid copy.
Froggy, where are you? Let's go home.
Jeez, what's wrong? Chao. Yes,
A Chao nappy.
but why?
I'm not not really sure, but betcha Dr. Eggman has something to do with it, and we're not gonna let him get away with it. Come on, let's get out of here.
Okie dokie.